Hey, put your positive pants on. Just put your pants on, Craig.
You're not the boss of me.
It's true. Malcolm in the Middle.
Is that what that's from?
Well, so my kids watched Malcolm in the Middle all the time.
I'm Matt Logan, the host of This Matters in Real Life. Oh, hey, stay tuned at the end of this. I'll give you some more information.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We thought you were someone else.
During the recording of the following podcast, no Democrats, Republicans, actors, chemists, dogs, cats, well, you get the idea, were harmed. However, it has been said some have been offended by the opinions seen and heard here. Oh, and please remember to pull clips out of context.
And Javen was the youngest. You know Javen. He's, in his early 20s now.
Moved out of the nest.
He did. And so he would, like 5 years old or whatever, even probably younger actually, he would always say, you know, he'd be getting into trouble, right? You're not the boss of me. Because that was the theme song of Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah. Anyway.
I didn't know that's where I got it from.
Little fun fact. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where the song came from. Probably somewhere else. But that was the theme song, and the kids watched the show. So he would always say that, you're not the boss of me. It's like, sure. But anyway, put your positive pants on. You know, I was thinking about this, and I'm extremely guilty of looking at things in ways that are negative. I think it's clearly human nature. So I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything like that, but I am saying that I came to a realization and that I need to do a better job of putting my pants on that are positive.
Positive pants.
And so I probably for about a week or two, I've intentionally been really looking at what people's attitudes are in relationship to my attitude, and the people I interact with, does my attitude help their attitude or make their attitude worse? Right. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a lot of pressure recently, and so my attitude hasn't been terrific all the time. Sometimes it's okay, but we've got a lot of pressure in the world.
There's a lot going on.
So all of us have a lot of pressure. I'm not saying that I'm the only one, but you know, some definite things in the last 2 years as a small business owner, it's been really difficult, and that's the reality. I'm not saying it's good or bad or in between, but it's real. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about that and reading different articles and the importance of it. And so I was like, put your positive pants on, but be realistic about it.
Hey everybody, just really quick, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Okay, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Now back to the show.
You can be so positive. You can be so like, the sun is shining on the beach in Cancun, but not here. You know, so right? So you can look at those things and you can say, yes, it is shining on the beach in Cancun, but the reality is that it's raining right now. And so you need to get an umbrella. You need to, you know, just look at it real. You can, you know, the rain is going to bring the crop so I can eat. I like to eat.
Me too.
So you can look at things in a positive way and understand that there is eventually a positive outcome, but we need to also do it realistically. Not negatively, but realistically. Mm-hmm. And I don't know did you read any of the articles at all?
I skimmed over.
Yeah, I kind of skimmed over them too, just frankly. And it's just a neat thing, you know, being positive versus being realistic. And, you know, use DuckDuckGo. I like DuckDuckGo. And you can find these different articles. But, you know, it just talks about some really cool things about how important it is to... Let me tell you a story, actually. So there's these three people that they were concerned about a few things, and they decided to go for a little bit of a journey to look at their city and see if there was anything that they could, fix and, look at the good, the bad, and all of it. And so one of them was a pessimist, one of them was an optimist, and one of them was a realist. Have you heard the story?
No, but I hear a punchline coming.
You do?
Yeah.
So the optimist, as they're walking around, he's looking up and like the sun is shining and this is really great. And then he falls in a manhole, nowhere to be found.
Okay.
And so the negative, there's two of them left, the realist and the pessimist. The pessimist is looking down at his feet and he's not going to, be an optimist and fall into a manhole. And so they're walking along and bam, hits his head. There's a beam that he doesn't see. Knocks him out. But then there's the realist that he is constantly looking around, swiveling his head, looking up, looking down, going slow, being cautious. And he is constantly adjusting his path. So that he doesn't fall in the manhole or he doesn't smack his head on the beam. And so trying to be an optimistic realist is probably the best place that you can be. You're optimistically looking at things and adjusting your path accordingly as things are happening.
But knowing that not everything is sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
And maybe trying to make the bad things better.
Yep.
And pointing out the bad things to people that maybe don't realize that there's bad things out there.
Right. And there's not just bad things out there. And there's not just good things out there. And there's,
right.
And that's kind of the thought that I had, because you look at, let's really be really honest, the economy in the United States is bad. I mean, you can't paint a rosy picture of this
you
economy.
Can't say
you just can't,
because our jobless rate is so low that our economy is awesome. It is not.
No,
awesome.
No, and it's not. Our jobless rate isn't low. It's just that they can't claim unemployment anymore.
Right.
That's real.
Yeah. Which is unbelievable, because you can get $15 an hour for just about everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Not that that's livable, but
right. And it's not livable because the expenses are so high.
Right.
The expenses, literally in my small business from 1 month to the next month, increased by like 30-some%.
That's crazy. All because of fuel.
That's the big thing. And what does that do? So I'm a commercial vehicle transport specialist. It's fancy, I know. But I literally get in commercial vehicles and I deliver them to their new owner. And then I get on an airplane. So I'm in hotel rooms, 4 or 5 nights a week, on airplanes 3 or 4 times a week. I'm putting a lot of fuel in. And so those are all costs directly related to fuel.
Absolutely.
Airplane tickets, fuel itself.
Yep.
So when you have those kinds of increases, the ripple effect ends up kind of taking over, and it's gonna, we think inflation at what do they claim it's at, 7-some% right now, which is the highest it's been in 40 years. That's nothing. We're gonna see it much higher than that if we don't really turn something around. That's real.
Yeah.
So now how can we look at it from a positive perspective? I'm not saying we need to come up with the answers, Craig, but I'm saying that the Ukraine thing is real. The economy in the United States is real, and all those things. But we can help each other. We can be positive about it. We can be positive that it sucks. I mean, no, you get it. I'm kidding, obviously, but we can't just look at the negative. We can't just look at the positive, and that's what I kind of meant by put your positive pants on. Realistically.
Be thankful if you're healthy, and be thankful that you can still put food on your table.
Right.
And be thankful that we live in a fairly safe community, and There's always positives out there.
For sure.
Sometimes you have to look harder than others.
Right. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just really, that was just kind of a burden on my soul, I suppose. And because I am very guilty of that. And
I am too. I mean, people bashed me on my campaign of being a negative opportunist. And it's like, no, I pointed out things that I think that their city was doing poorly.
yeah.
Why does that make me a negative person? That just points out things that I think could be done better.
Right.
Maybe I was trying to be optimistic of there's better things out there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're always going to have people bitch. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. And bitch away, I say. I mean, you're not gonna, if they're not willing to sit down and like have that two-way conversation about things. I mean, we talked about off camera some of the people that locally here are politicians that are opportunists.
Absolutely.
They're, all that kind of stuff. They won't return people's emails. There's a lot of people that don't return my emails, and I'm not important at all. I get that, but the bottom line is that on the other hand of it, they're griping about me, some specifically,
right?
But yet they won't return my texts and emails and messages,
Right.
and
Put up or shut up.
yeah. And so if you can't sit down and have this conversation, camera or no camera, with someone that you're complaining about their opinions on, then I'm sorry.
Have a dialogue.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's on them, not me.
Right.
It's my opinion.
And if you say you're gonna do something, then do it, or at least try to do it, or explain why you can't do it or couldn't do it.
Right.
I mean, it's all rhetoric, I guess, but try to be better. Look at the bright side.
All about putting those positive pants on.
That's right. What color are they?
All of them.
Rainbow?
No, not at once.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I wear all color of pants.
Like a mood ring?
No, not like that either.
Hopefully not heat sensitive. Like a hyper colored pants.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being our advertising budget by sharing this video with your friends, your frenemies, your people that are like your relatives, whatever. If you want to share it. We appreciate it. If not, thanks for listening. We appreciate that just as much. Well, almost as much. See you next time. Hey, I know that there's a lot of things to be critical of me for, and I accept that. I've not always made the best decisions, but I've always tried to learn. Always tried to not repeat mistakes and give grace. The truth is I'm trying to do things to build a decent future, and this remodel here is to give a place for people to, come and have conversations and just do things like, build the future. Just build the future in the best way that we can. And we do that by conversation. That's how it starts. Finding solutions through conversation. Hey everybody, thanks for listening to this conversation that I just had. I was very honored to be a part of it, honored to be the host of This Matters in Real Life. I think it's extremely important to cover a lot of different things and topics and get people's opinions. When my daughter died in the car crash 10 years ago, I said that's what I would do. I would look at the answers, I would look at the truth, and I would make sure that they would intersect. They would not divorce each other. It's so often that we want answers that are not the truth. We want answers that are comfortable. We want answers that make us feel good. Well, there's a lot of things in life that is just, it's not the case. So who am I? Well, I am you. I'm no different than you are. I eat and sleep and, all the different things. Same thing that you do. I hurt. I feel joy. I've had a lot of experience, probably just like you. I work hard, probably just like you. One of the things that you can do to support us is go to shinybrandmerch.com, where you'll see things like the sweatshirt that I have on. I'm a full-time, a truck driver. What do I deliver? Well, I deliver trucks. It's a little bit different of a gig than a normal truck driver, yes, but I am what would be considered a commercial vehicle transport specialist.
So about 5 to 6 days a week, I deliver trucks. I get into a truck, I go 2,000 miles, I deliver it to its new owner, I get on an airplane and I go find another one. Nothing real glamorous unless you make it that way. And I've decided that I would have a lot of conversations along the way, and some of those conversations I'll be able to share with you. Again, hey, thanks for your support. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.